Hello and welcome back to my Elden Ring challenge run. Currently, I have to kill this guy as a part of Patch's questline, so that I can obtain another whip, which I thought would be a good way of starting the video. And you'll see that whip very soon. It's pretty decent and it has some uses, but I don't get to make much use out of it in this video in particular. But it is very helpful, I'll try to make more use out of it later. As you can see, he's not really flinching, which is unusual for the whips. It's because the Bullgoat armour gives him that much poise, he can just move past all my attacks and not care. And this is why I'm often using charged heavies, as they have good range and can actually stagger him. I try to use a normal attack there, and I just get hit. Hurts a lot as well, but I had bubble tier, so it was fine. But that's why I've been mostly using charged heavies this fight. Like you can see right there, I'm trying to hit him, but it's about all I can do, so I've got to keep trying it. As you can see, almost kills me there, but I get lucky and survive. Then he tries to pull out his crossbow, but I can pretty easily kill him after that because he likes to stand still. Like I said, we were doing Patch's questline, so we go back to Patch's to go claim our whip. Of course, Patches, being the scammer he is, tries to immediately rip us off and not give us anything, but we fix that by going to the Grace and resting and then coming back. He'll give us our reward, and then we get our new whip. So now we head back to Patches. This time we'll actually get our whip out of him and he won't scam us. And as you'll see, pretty easy. All we have to do is kill one dude, and now Patches will give us a whip. Now the key thing with this whip is its Ash of War, which currently I don't have enough faith to wield, but I will later on. And it looks goofy, to say the least. And I just find it very funny to look at. But when you do actually have enough faith, it'll start spewing lava and doing a ton of damage. So yeah, get ready for that sooner or later. I quickly grab the octopus head here. It doesn't really help us, and it is technically against the rules, but it's kind of funny, so it doesn't really matter that much, and it doesn't really help me. It gives me 5 poise. So I decided to fight Radahn. I didn't really need to, I already had 2 shard bearers, but he was just going to give me a good clump of runes, and I was trying to get some help for the Chronic Tree Sentinel so he would stop one-shotting me, and Radahn was something I could pretty easily do. So as you see here, I'm doing really good damage. I am only, I believe, level 68 at the time of this fight, but my whips are a very good level, so even with as much health as Radahn has, I can easily do a bunch of damage with every jump. Now he goes into second phase, so I take my Flask of Wondrous Physique, which gives me the bubble tier, and I also coat my whip with magic, just to get some slightly increased damage. Not that it does an awful lot, but it is nice just to have a little bit more damage in phase 2, as I don't like this phase as much as I like phase 1. I lose my bubble tier here because I was a stupid and I went way too close to him while he was powering up, but that's fine because I managed to dodge every other hit from now on, I believe. You have to be very careful when fighting him, especially when he does that slam down attack. You need to go behind him. That way you can get a good damage attack in, so even if I were using a greatsword, I could still get a charged heavy in there. That's how much time you have. So I'd highly recommend running behind them rather than running away. A weird little feature I have noticed about the whip is occasionally, for no particular reason, it will just hit for double damage. Like you saw there, it double ticks, and I don't know why. But it is very nice when it happens because it's just extra damage for no apparent reason. And now I'll land the finishing blow, right along with the stagger. Very thematic, but unfortunately I can't riposte to make it look better. So now I fight the Crystallian duo. I did just speed it up to 2 times because you've probably seen this a million times. I'm just grabbing some smithing stones to level up my whip, the new one, the fire one, in the hopes that I can kind of use it later. I don't get to use it this video. I did kill a tree avatar with it, but I didn't record it unfortunately. But just trust me when I say it is a very good Ash of War on that whip. My focus in this fight was to take off the ring blade one, as it had the most range, and I could just run from the spear one. As you can see, the spear one did give me some troubles, because I wasn't really dodging and I was just trying to be aggressive and break the guard. It did not go well for me and he almost got me killed his fair share of times, but the second you break that poise, you already know what's about to happen. It's just stun lock to death until you get an easy win. The Draconic Tree Sentinel, a fight I really despise. It's pretty easy honestly, with slow and very well telegraphed attacks, but some of his attacks I just don't like, because he could swap up his combos a lot, or at least that's how I feel about it. I feel like he just hurts too much to have no armor on, because I was only able to survive one hit with the bubble tier, but thanks to my extra vigor, I'm actually able to take one hit, which makes this fight a lot easier, as I'm actually able to heal and make mistakes without having to have a perfected fight, which I am nowhere near perfected with this boss. One thing I did forget to mention just then is that I did pick up the Dragon Crest +1 talisman to also further increase my physical damage negation, which is probably the main reason I'm surviving right now, honestly. So I think it gives at least a 15% physical negation buff, which is very helpful for his first phase. I don't think I get hit too much in his second phase, so it doesn't matter too much then. I get very lucky here as I managed to perfectly roll through some lightning that would have one-shot me otherwise. And I didn't even think about it at the time, but watching through the replay, I could see so many times where I just almost died, but just barely survived. The second phase, my main goal was to stick on his shield side, although I didn't always do that. It was overall my goal, as he doesn't deal as much damage and his attacks are a lot slower. And for this attack, you want to dodge the first bit and run away for the second, because it has a lingering hitbox and you're not going to be able to dodge it otherwise. Every time he did that attack where he brings down lightning using his shield, I saw it as a good opportunity to run up to him and attack him at least once. So you'll see me use that quite a bit to get at least 1 or 2 hits in for a damage opportunity, because I really don't know my damage opportunities for this fight other than the really big slams and the shield attacks. But I do start playing it really risky. As you'll see, I'm starting to hit him and I really shouldn't, but I get lucky and it pays off anyway. If you ever plan on fighting Draconic Tree Sentinel, all I can recommend is do not try to attack him while he's doing that. All you can do is run, and even then that might not always work. But I highly recommend just running, because you're more likely not to get hit, and as you saw, it almost just one-shot me even with all this health I've got. Sure, I have no armor, but that's still a lot of damage. And then I get hit by the first half of this, dodge the second half, heal up, and then I go to get the last couple hits in, hopefully. But then I miss because the range on the whip isn't good enough. This time I actually roll back out of it. Almost get fucked over by a rock trapping me against it. But luckily the fireball hit the tree first, so it actually saved me. And I get my last couple swings in here using my range and the fireball attack. Just keep hitting them, and an easy win. Next fight will be Godthrough. So I'm up to the Shadow Godthrough, which is pretty easy normally, but I have very low practice with this fight because I usually just overpower him too quickly. And I've been very rusty today, so I immediately lost my bubble tier because a guardian managed to follow me in while I was walking in. I take a quick hit from his axe immediately, because like I said, I'm quite rusty with this fight. Never was that good with it to begin with, but I'm out of practice for it even more than normal. I do kind of know how to dodge him, but not well enough. All I really know is to jump over his stomp attacks and roll to his side. I thought I could strafe that, but apparently not, because it manages to hit me and I'm not even close to strafing it. I lose lock-on for a second, which isn't too big of a deal, but it does cause me to miss my next hit. I take a lot of hits in this fight that were definitely unnecessary, because I just completely forgot this dude's moveset. I know it's very basic, where you just move from his swipe, jump over his attacks, it's very easy, poise breaking and everything, it just takes like a minute, but I really don't know how to fight him. So I guess the real fight against him with End Horror Lou is going to be a lot of fun. I think the one thing I don't like about this boss is the fact that he stomps towards you so often that there's not really an opportunity to heal unless you're dodging, which automatically takes away one of your attack opportunities. And I had to only use one whip here because I really just did not have time, it was too quick. Although I did manage to sneak off one charged heavy, that was just purely luck, so I didn't try going for that again because it just was not a good idea. My jump attacks and my base swings were really my best shot. So I used the Ash of War Determination to buff my damage, and I finished him off with a single jumping attack. That's Godthrough, down. Another talisman pouch means I could finally equip another talisman, which will increase my damage negation. Alright, Margot. A fun fight, but I do have the shackle, so I just decided to skip the first phase, and you get to really see where this whip shines. Keep in mind, it's only +6 I believe right now, and it does incredible damage. Just watch. So as you can see, that lava came in clutch and actually managed to second phase him. This is very helpful, considering I really just needed to put on a different talisman. And also that light sword attack would have just killed me probably straight up. It hurts a lot, and I was way too close to dodge. So that was very lucky on my behalf. Anyway, second phase starts. Now I'm just going to try and kill him, and I'll just let you watch the rest. I'll try not to interrupt too much. Every time I saw him throw this spear, I knew I had a good attack opportunity because you do this jump attack where I could just run towards him. And as you can see, I had just enough damage just to kill him before he could hurt me back. And that's Morgott. Easy done. Eat a gold pickled foul-foot just for some extra runes. Because I want some extra dexterity because I thought 40 was the hard cap. But apparently not, because I'm just leveling it and it's still going up really well. So that's actually really helpful right now. So I did manage to do this without dying. You'll see my current deaths now. I died, I think, 3 or 4 times, which is actually not that bad considering I don't really know how to use whips that much. And I don't even really know his moveset, honestly. So I start to speak to Melina, so I can finally obtain the rolled medallion and make my way to the mountaintop of the giants. And sooner or later I will fight Fire Giant. But that's not for this video, I'll do that later. Most likely start in next video. So this is the end, but there are a couple things I would like to say. I do plan on doing a Common Azure only run after this, and I did ask someone who has already done it, the only person to do it, for permission, and he gave me the go ahead. So I do plan on doing that after this, and this series is honestly pretty close to an end. Anyway, see ya. Hope you enjoyed.